Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about healthy eating. Before we begin, I'd just like to mention that the information presented today is based on current scientific evidence from reputable peer reviewed medical journals and established health guidelines. If you'd like to explore the scientific references behind any of the topics we discuss, ChatGPT, our educational partner, can help you locate the original publications. There is so much information on the internet that it can become confusing. One person tells you to eat one way, another person tells you something completely different. So, what we have tried to do is to keep things very simple. This presentation is based on a review of current scientific evidence. We haven't designed a new diet, and we are certainly not saying that this is the only healthy way to eat. Our aim is simply to bring together the common themes that keep appearing in good quality research and present them in a practical way. This presentation was compiled by Dr. Siva Navaratnam, Shimazu Yumi, ChatGPT, our educational partner. Let's begin. The first question is, what should a healthy meal look like? Instead of worrying about calories or following the latest trend, I like to think about building every meal around four simple components. First, make sure you have adequate proteins. Second, include plenty of vegetables and fiber. Third, don't forget healthy fats. And finally, try to include fermented foods whenever you eat. If you can build most of your meals around these four things, you're already heading in the right direction. Now let's look at three important nutritional priorities. The first is protein. As we get older, protein becomes increasingly important because it helps us maintain our muscles, our strength, and our independence. As a general guide, aim for around 20 to 40 grams of protein with each main meal. Many older adults may benefit from aiming for about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. It's generally a good idea not to regularly go below 0.8 grams per kilogram. The second priority is fiber. Most of us simply don't eat enough. Try to include vegetables with every meal and aim for around 40 grams of fiber each day. Your gut bacteria would probably thank you for it. The third priority is omega-3 fatty acids. One simple suggestion is to eat oily fish at least twice a week, while salmon, where available, sardines, mackerel, and herring are all good examples. Fresh or canned fish are both perfectly reasonable choices. Healthy eating is not only about what we eat, it's also about how we eat. How to eat. Slow down. Chew your food properly. Try to stop eating when you're about 80% full. If possible, start with your protein and vegetables before moving on to carbohydrates. These may sound like small things, but small habits repeated every day often make the biggest difference. Another habit worth thinking about is snacking. Many of us don't snack because we're hungry. We snack because we are bored, stressed, or because food is simply there. If you're genuinely hungry, it's often better to have another balanced meal than to keep grazing on processed snacks throughout the day. Many people also find it helpful to avoid eating between dinner and breakfast. If it's appropriate for you, an eating window of about 8 to 12 hours may be worth discussing with your healthcare professional. And try to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before going to bed. Before we finish, I like to mention 3 practical tools. The next question is, what should we limit? Current scientific evidence continues to point us in the same direction. Try to reduce ultra-processed foods as much as possible. Limit sugary drinks, excessive sugar, and foods that are high in fructose. Try to reduce highly processed foods and processed meats such as ham and salami. And whenever possible, avoid heavily burnt or charred foods. The general message is very simple. The closer your food is to the way nature made it is better. If you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, your healthcare professional may recommend a continuous glucose monitor to help you understand the different food affect your blood sugar. If you're unsure whether a meal is healthy, simply take a photograph and ask ChatGPT, our educational partner, to explain the ingredients, estimate the protein and fiber, and identify highly processed foods, and even suggest healthier alternatives. And finally, after your meal, don't forget one of the simplest health habits of all. Go for a short walk. Even 10 to 15 minutes can be a wonderful habit to build into a day. I like to finish with one simple thought. Be grateful to your body. Look after it. Feed it with real food. Move it every day. Get enough sleep. Manage your stress. You don't have to be perfect. Just try to be a little healthier than you were yesterday. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope this simple guide helps you make healthier food choices for yourself and for the people you love. If you'd like to read more about the scientific evidence behind today's presentation, feel free to ask ChatGPT, our educational partner, to help you find and explain the original medical literature. We encourage you to read widely, discuss any major dietary changes with your healthcare professional, and make informed decisions that are right for you. Take care. We'll see you again soon.